What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the changes that are coming to Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 as well. There's a lot of things going on in the game right now, a lot of big news for Season 2, so we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. So obviously Warzone 2 is in a pretty bad state right now. I think it's just common knowledge at this point that people prefer Warzone 1 over 2. That being said, the core of the game is very good. There's just a lot of things that I feel like they backtracked on, which they are now double backtracking on. They're reverting a lot of stuff back to Warzone 1, which I think is overall really good news for the Warzone community and just COD in general. So right away, one of the big fixes is the audio issue. There's a lot of audio occlusion issues, which is basically the thickness of different like floors and materials are all kind of just blending together, making it hard to know when someone is above you or below you, or which side. That's a pretty big issue that is getting fixed globally, so that'll be for Warzone, DMZ, and multiplayer all the same. The next thing is a pretty big thing as well. It's a UI/UX update for the Season 2 launch. It's going to improve like the camo menu, the social tab, bundles screen. They're also going to be updating the after action support with audio, play again feature in Battle Royale, and a lot of other bug fixes to challenges, battle pass, and weapon progression in general. Now, the weapon balancing has not been yet announced, but I imagine we'll see a lot of mix-up, especially for Warzone 2. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see the RPK and the Fennec nerfed. That being said, like I don't know if they will nerf the Fennec, but I'm pretty confident in the fact that they'll probably do something to the RPK, because I can only imagine those stats behind the scenes. Moving on to actual gameplay stuff, the first big thing for Warzone is they are reverting to 1v1 gulag. They're doing away with the jailer and bringing back the domination style flag control point that we saw in the original gulag. And yeah, I mean that's pretty simple, pretty exciting. Good big W update there for the gulag. Next up, and probably one of the most important updates for Warzone, is the cash economy. So previously there was only piles of 100, well, a minimum of 100. Now that's going to be bumped up to 500 for cash registers, and on the ground loot, it's going to be 800. So pretty big step up there. So there's going to be more lootable cash, and everything is going to be cheaper. So big W there. Probably my favorite part of this whole update is the loot and inventory system. It's all getting reverted to the pinata loot, or vomit loot as they referred to it. Everything is going to be spewed out on the ground. So when you loot a box now, it's not going to open the insane looting menu tab anymore. It's just gonna spew out like in Warzone 1. It's all gonna be on the ground, aka pinata or vomit loot, whichever you prefer. And then as far as loadouts, the main things changing for loadouts are there's gonna be customizable perk packages. So no more of this pre-made stuff. They aren't going to have all the perks right away. I think they're going to be doing some like balance testing, which makes sense because obviously Bird's Eye is just insane, so I imagine that won't be in there. Another thing for loadouts is there's going to be a loadout drop at the first circle and the fifth circle, so kind of like Warzone 1. There's just going to be more opportunities to actually get your loadout and get more cash to buy a loadout, all that good stuff. Next up, they're doing away with the 3-plate vest. There's not going to be any more lootable vests on the ground. Everyone's just going to have 3-plate from the get-go, which is very good. Then movement, while they're not adding sprinting while plating, they are going to make you run faster and be able to burst through doors. So not quite ideal, but it is a lot better than now. And then just some tweaking for strongholds, like a little AI balancing, a little loot balancing, that kind of stuff there. And then a lot of various DMZ changes that not a lot of people were expecting, like enemy tuning, spawn points, to put you closer to loot and just closer to like points of interest. And then kind of a controversial one. I've seen a lot of players on Twitter kind of not very happy about this. I mean, I get why. Like, I haven't played much DMZ, but I completely understand the upset people here. A seasonal refresh. They're pretty much refreshing all your faction progress and your inventory. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I guess we'll just have to wait for the Season 2 blog. And then on the multiplayer side of things, audio, we already talked about that. They're globally fixing the audio. And also right here, they said that they're adding a newer and more advanced system. So I'm not really sure what this means, but hopefully it just gets fixed. And then perk balancing, they were thinking about moving Ghost to the second perk, but ultimately decided not to because it would apparently cause an imbalance in the perk system. Not really sure how, but I mean, sure, man. Sure, man. But there is one W to come, well, 2 Ws to come from the perk system update. is you are going to get that third perk 50% faster and your ultimate perk 25% faster. So not ideal, but again, big update, big W. We'll take it. We'll get those fast hands faster. Thank God. Holy. The statement around this is, quote, "This adjustment will allow players to get ghosts earlier in matches, which will better support players looking to engage more aggressively." Infinity Ward, if you're listening, if you want players to be more aggressive, give us red dots on the minimap, brother. That's all you got to do. Big update for the perks, though. Big W. Keep it up. You're doing good work. We don't know much about the weapon balancing again. We'll just have to wait, I think, 2 weeks from yesterday. So I think February 8th, we will get the full roadmap and patch notes. So we'll be covering those on the 8th, and we'll know more about weapon tuning then. And then as announced a few days ago, Hardcore will actually be replacing Tier 1. We didn't know that. I thought it was just going to be put in alongside of it, kind of like Realism from MW19. But no, it's straight up going to replace Tier 1, which I'm happy about because Tier 1 is not the best. And then they're going to be featuring a Valentine's Day playlist, as well as revealing more details about the modes coming to Season 2. So I believe this is referring to Gunfight and Gun Game. And let me just say, as a fan of the game, please put Gunfight in, man. Give us a decent amount of maps and Gunfight, and that'll make a lot of the multiplayer community happy. And then 1 week per month, Infinity Ward will be creating a Twitter poll for fans to vote on one of that week's playlist from a rotating pool. So they did do this week. That's how we ended up with the shoot the ship playlist instead of just a shipment or a shoot house. Pretty cool. I like getting the community involved. So W there. Moving on. They are finally adding ranked play. I say finally because it should be at launch, but I'm not going to go into that now. W finally getting in the game regardless. But that pretty much sums up all we know. We'll know more on February 8th. So I'll make another video then covering all the patch notes and Warzone 2 stuff. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you drop a like and share the video. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. 95% of my viewers are not subscribed, so please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.